Before the video, I want to mention that I am making a series of tutorials about CFOP, so basically advanced cross, advanced F2L, and full OLPL. So if you're interested, just subscribe and stay tuned. The MF3RS2 was a pretty decent budget cube about 2 or 3 years ago, and it was really popular after magnetized. And at that time, I obviously didn't start cubing. As some of you might know, I started cubing this year, and this cube was discontinued by MoU this year for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it's discontinued. And you might be wondering why I'm talking about this cube and where I got this. So basically, I got this from Amazon. I don't know why, but they still have them on Amazon, only in black, stickered. And it was $9 on Amazon, which is okay in my opinion, because on Amazon, cubes prices are always higher than the actual price by $2 or $3, and this was only higher by like $1, so I'm actually okay with that. I got this cube a few days ago, and why I bought this, because I thought I could make a spring swap video with this and some of the other cubes, which I obviously didn't, because when I received the cube, I did a few turns on it, and it performs like amazing. I wasn't expected a $9 cube to be that good. And also, I got this from Amazon, which is not very legit for cubes, so I wasn't expecting too much. And just listen to this. And after a few days, after like a few solves, and I thought this could even be my main, and I did a few solves on it, and this happened. That was my PB actually. So my personal best was 11 seconds on the MGC Elite, which was my previous main now. I'm sorry, but so this cube just performs amazing. So for example, one thing I love about it, it's corner cutting. So for very little corner cutting like this, it is very smooth and quiet, and it makes it makes no sound. And reverse. See how like on this cube, like the pieces are, when you corner cut, it doesn't even feel like you're corner cutting. But on other cubes, for example the MGC Elite, it is really snappy. For example, what I meant by that is, doesn't matter how small the corner cut is, it's always really like loud, and it makes a really fast motion. So like this, or like reverse. See how that was like super fast? But so on the MF3RS2, if the corner cut is like smaller, like degree is smaller, and it's really quiet and smooth, and as the degree gets bigger, you need to put in more effort to corner cut. But the opposite is the MGC Elite. For example, so like this, line to line here, it's really loud and snappy, and 45 degrees. It's basically the same sound and the same thing. So why I like this is because when I'm doing algorithms, I don't even feel like I'm corner cutting, but on this, so when I'm doing algorithms, especially turning really fast, I can feel like the pieces snapping into place, and that's one thing I really don't like. And on this cube, I can turn really smoothly and without barely any lockups, and it's really good. And this cube is really slow, and which is one thing I like because I can turn full speed on this cube. Let's talk about the title. Is the MF3RS2 still main worthy? Well, if you're a cuber who is like me, is like sub 20 or maybe sub 15, this could actually be your favorite cube. But this cube, compared to nowadays the modern cubes, it doesn't have the fancy stuff like the customization where you can change the spring settings and the magnets. But if you're a simple person like me, you might actually like this cube. Personally, in my opinion, I don't think all the cubes need the customization thing, because if you like the settings on this cube, you don't need to change them. And if you're actually managing to use this cube as your main, just my advice would be add light magnets onto it. So personally, I got the light magnets from the cubicle, and yeah. So why I think light magnets works better on this cube is because this cube without the magnets is already very controllable and stable. So strong magnets would make it too stable and hard to turn. So I don't recommend using strong magnets. And yeah. Also, after 2 years, some of the features on this cube are still better than the modern cubes nowadays. For example, corner cutting on this cube you can easily do, not really line to line, but like here before line to line, can easily corner cut. But on the MGC Elite, which is a pretty good cube for $20, it only corner cuts 45 degrees, and sometimes not really 45. And reverse, it does not cut line to line. And MF3RS2. And also, the thing I talked about, like this thing, a lot of cubes nowadays are just snappy, and I know a lot of people like that, but I personally prefer cubes like this, where it's like really smooth and controllable feeling, rather than snappy and fast. So, in my opinion, this cube is obviously main worthy, and let's compare it to some of the budget cubes nowadays. Okay, we have the Thunderclap V3, the Qiyi Warrior, and the KYLIN V3 M. So, this cube is $8, non-magnetic. This is $3. This is $9, and this is also $9. So they're basically the same price range, and except this is a little bit cheaper. So these two are magnetic, like factory magnetized, and this one is you have to magnetize it yourself. So we're just gonna talk about these three cubes because this one it's not magnetic, and I don't think it's comparable to these three cubes. So first we have this, the MF3RS2, and the Thunderclap V3, and the KYLIN. So the Thunderclap V3 is a cube that I really don't like because it's like super snappy. So its corner cutting is not that good. It's only about 45. Yeah, and reverse is line to line. Yeah, and I don't like this cube because it's like super snappy, and when I turn, I can just feel the cube like the pieces snap into place, which is the thing I don't really like. And for the KYLIN, this was my main a long time ago. I really liked it, and its corner cutting was really great. So, and this, wait, no, this. But doesn't really cut like here, like the oh, it actually does. So, yeah, it basically corner cuts everywhere except this one spot. But for the MF3RS2, yeah, it's the one spot. And so I personally don't like this cube, but we're just gonna compare these three anyway. So I don't know how big are these cubes, and it looks like the Thunderclap V3 is bigger. So this is probably 56 millimeters, and I think these two are the same size. Maybe this one's 55 and this one's 55.5. I'm actually not sure. So performance wise, let's see. So the MF3RS2 has a super smooth, not like super quiet, not as quiet as the 10-year, but super like quieter than these two. And the magnets are really light, and it's really slow and controllable. You can barely feel the magnets inside here. Oh, also one more thing. So you guys might wondering about the cubicle thing, like the cubicle sticker. That's just the sticker I put on because I think it's cooler than the Mofan Jiaoxu sticker. And the Thunderclap V3, it's really fast, and the magnets are too light, in my opinion. It's just, like, the magnets just doesn't really fit this cube, because the cube is quite fast, just like the Volt Power, but the magnets are way too weak, so I don't recommend this cube. For the same price, I would recommend the KYLIN V2. First off is tiled, which is good for some people because you don't have to worry about damaging those stickers, and it's not stickerless. So for people who doesn't like stickerless, don't. And yeah, this overall is a great cube, great budget cube. But it just, I personally just don't like it for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's because I didn't really set it up, but it just doesn't feel right. Yeah, so that's it for this comparison. So overall, the MF3RS2 is a great cube, and it can compare to the budget cubes and the flagship cubes, but it's definitely not like as good as the, say, GAN-XS, but it's still good for its price. But since it's not available now, and I don't think you can buy it anywhere now, but if you have like an old MF3RS2 lying around, and maybe just set it up and maybe add magnets to it, and it will definitely become main worthy even in 2020. So that's it for the video, and I'll see you next time.